All right, welcome back, everyone. You've seen her on billboards when you're driving across Connecticut, but how did attorney Brooke Goff get to where she is today?
She sat down with Melissa Cole to talk about what it took to build her successful law firm, Goff Law Group. Take a look.
Hi, everybody. We are joined by attorney Brooke Goff today, and we're getting a little behind-the-scenes look at your life. You know, a lot of people recognize you, especially on the billboards, commercials, Great Day Connecticut appearances, but your story of how you got here is really interesting.
I mean, I think that's what sets me apart a little bit, right? Everybody's got their story. A lot of them are very similar. My story is very, very different, and it's been a climb after climb after climb to get to where I am every day.
So you came to college in Connecticut.
I did, yeah.
Went on for the whole law track.
I did. Actually, I knew I wanted to run a law firm. I did not want a boss. I wanted to be the boss because I wanted to instill change. I wanted to create like a new platform. I wanted to create the new workplace. So I figure when I give my employees all these amazing benefits and I have much higher pay, how do people compete with you? What do they have to do? Give employees more benefits and pay. I was hoping to create this pattern so that people get paid what they're worth. People get these benefits that they're worth. So I needed to be the boss because nobody else was doing it. And somebody has to get into the law field and really start hammering down change for employees, but also how cases are handled and how people are represented.
So starting out, take us back to those early days.
So I did my MBA first. I was really close to finishing, and then I got into law school, and I'm like, well, there goes that, right? So but I learned a ton. I mean, I went to University of Bridgeport for part of my MBA, then Quinnipiac, and I got all my business skills there, really. I started my firm very early. I was 29 when I did it. And I had no money because, you know, with personal injury, you work on a contingency. So you get paid at the end of the case. So I had to have employees. I knew I wasn't capable of doing it all. I was onto something. I knew I wanted to educate. I was going to pay to educate. That was my big thing, pay to educate. But you got to have money to pay, right? So I had a baby at the time. Grayson was 4 years old, and I would kiss him. I'd come home at 5, 6 o'clock, probably 6. I would spend some time with him, kiss him goodnight at about 8:30. I would nod off till about 10:30, and then I'd get up at 11, and I would drive for Uber and Lyft all night long.
You're kidding me.
5 days a week. Nope. I would put on a hat. I'd put on a pair of athletic shorts, and it started in the summer, then it went into the winter, and a long sleeve, and I'd have my suit in my trunk with my shoes and my briefcase. I would drive from 11 o'clock till about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning when the courts opened, and then I would go into the court bathroom with my duffel bag. I would change, do my hair, do whatever I had to do, and I would attend my hearings for the day, and I would do it all over. But the cool thing about it, and I'm not too proud to admit, listen, like, it served a purpose. I paid my employees. I was able to start the growth there.
But that's like a crazy chain of events, like no sleep, a little child, a career, building career.
You gotta do what you gotta. You have to want it more than the person next to you. That is the key to success. If you don't want it more than the person next to you, they're gonna take it from you, right? This is how I grew up. I know what rock bottom looks like. I never wanted to have that for my children or go there. Yes, I drove for Uber and Lyft for almost a year, but I would drive business owners, and you know what I would do? I'd pick their brains. I'd be like, listen, this is what I'm doing, this is what I want, and I would talk to legislators. I would talk to major business owners in New York, stock traders, the whole thing, and I would say, how's your work-life balance? How do you balance it with family? How do you treat your employees? What are these things? So people always say I run my firm with these big ideas, and these big things, like, you know, very expensive ideas. I do it because I don't look at myself like I'm competing against small firms. I look at myself as I'm competing against Wall Street. Do you know what I mean? Like, I treat my business as if my competitor is a multi-billion-dollar company because I'll get there. You know, so for me, my story is my story, and it's made me who I am, and I am proud of that story, and I hope if one other person can do that for themselves, they do it. But it really demonstrates the person that I am, which
hardworking.
I will scrap
with your dreams.
I will scrap with anybody to get to where I need to be, and I will tell you, and nobody can say I didn't work for it.
And is it worth it where you are right now?
It's 1,000% worth it. I would get in the car right now and do it all over again. I took time away from my family. My firm was my child. People ask why there's such a big age difference for my kids. I had another child. It was building my business, you know, my employees. I would do it all over.
Well, it's a really fascinating look into your life. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Very cool story. You can get in touch with attorney Brooke Goff by visiting gofflawgroup.net. Also, follow along on Facebook at Goff Lawyer, on Instagram at Goff Law, or TikTok at Brooke Goff Official.